Okay. All right, are we ready to get started? Yes? Are we excited for what's coming? All right, so welcome to everybody. This is our 2024 MSDS Graduation ceremony. It is wonderful to see all of you gathered here today. Our students, our alumni, their families, our industry partners, the program's faculty and staff. Today marks the point when you, our new graduates, officially become data scientists and join our ever-growing family of alumni. I am extremely happy to see your professional growth during your time at the University of Washington. This is only the beginning of your bright careers as data scientists. I am certain each of you will move upwards in the organization you will join towards new successes, new achievements, and new professional horizons. At the start of the program, you came from many places around the world. You had a variety of strengths and backgrounds. Some of you just graduated from college. Some of you had many years of work experience. Some of you already worked as data scientists, while others were just dipping their toes into data science through self-initiated projects. Some of you knew a lot about statistics, modeling, computer science, while for some of you, at least one of these fields was new. Some of you were already familiar with the University of Washington and the Seattle area, while for others, University of Washington and Seattle were places you knew about from websites. It is truly amazing to see how you manage, in a relatively short amount of time, to come together to form our 2022 MSDS alumni cohort. You are now ready to start your professional journey as data scientists. You will become busier and busier, multitasking between several projects, reporting your progress to your managers, and figuring out how to fit your own personal life in your hectic work schedule. It will not be easy, for sure. There might be times when you will question your professional choices and wonder what would have happened if you took a different direction. During these times, you need to step back and consider the core values of your training in the MSDS program. Come back to MSDS to talk with students, alumni, faculty, and staff during the social events the program offers. Log into your LinkedIn to message your connections and ask how they are doing. You are very likely to find a lot of support in the data science social network you develop while at the University of Washington. Never hesitate to take advantage of it. When dealing with busy times at work, always focus on the bigger picture of your career. Well, sometimes you might feel frustrated that the model or a piece of code you invested a lot of effort in did not receive the attention you feel you deserved. Sometimes your project might end up being sidelined due to changing work priorities. These kind of situations might make you think that the credit for your work will not be there when your evaluation is due. Should you risk damaging your work relationship by pushing forward? The answer is no. Remember that relationship with your colleagues, your peers, your MSDS cohort are the most important asset you possess. I hope that the MSDS program gave you, in addition to rigorous training, an excellent start towards building a strong network of connections in the data science world. Look around you. What you see right now is your own data science community. Contribute to your community as much as you can, because this community is very likely to help you land your next job or secure your next promotion. Excellent relationships are the true key to to your professional success. We wouldn't be here without the great staff of our program. Deb Alterman, Director of Program Operations, Megan Hazen, Data Science Capstone Director, Leah Panganiban, Assistant Director of Academic and Student Services, Carla Andrade, our Admission Specialist, Patrick Fernandez, Assistant Director of Career and Alumni Services, and last but not least, Jason Sanderson, Operation and Facilities Manager, thanks to whom we are here today and have this nice ceremony. Thanks to their dedication, quality of work, and incredible energy, the MSDS program continues to make its way towards becoming a flagship data science program in the US and internationally. We owe a lot of gratitude to the members of our Industry Advisory Board. David Afrasius, Michael Brundage, Lisa Cohen, Tatiana Dashevsky, Charles Duzet, Catherine Fan, Han Fang, Jill Goldschneiders, Arun Gurujan, Madison Hawkison, Mary Hu, Tim Hesterberg, Tom Merekis, Josh Nail, Puneet Sangal, Nimisha Sarath, Shuguang Song, Suzanne Spencer, and Connie Young. So you met most of them, and so please remember that they are there for you. Never hesitate to contact them from here on. The members of our Industry Advisory Board are managers in key organizations, and they generously contribute their efforts and time to steer the MSDS program in the right direction and to guide you, our students, and now our alumni, in your careers. Congratulations to you, our new alumni. I'm very, very proud of you. So now our ceremony will continue with our two distinguished speakers. We will start with Michael Brundage, who is a member of our our program's Industry Advisory Board. I borrowed a little bit from your LinkedIn profile. So, in your own words, Michael focuses on driving progress through data-driven decision-making by asking insightful questions, finding answers with data and code, and communicating widely. Michael spent most of his career as an applied scientist and software engineer. But first and foremost, Michael is a true tech pioneer. He was an early adopter of many technologies. He built his first website in 1993, his first Java app in 1994, when it was still called Oak, his first C# app in 2000, when it was still called Cool and Microsoft Internal, his first Xbox 360 app in 2004, while they were still creating the hardware, his first Facebook and iPhone apps before those platforms publicly launched. In 2010, Michael co-created the Data Scientist Ladder at Amazon, which today is called Applied Scientist, and hired their first two applied scientists. Michael's dream job is nothing else but building the future with data science and software. Michael, you are really doing this. Over the years, Michael was very successful in working in his dream job at NASA, Microsoft, Yahoo, Amazon, then Microsoft again, Google, and now Michael is at Meta. Michael, thank you for being here for the program. You are such an amazing friend. We are very appreciative for the relationship we have with you, and I'm sure everybody will welcome what you have to say next. So thank you, Michael.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone, our wonderful faculty and staff, our proud families, and most of all, our remarkable graduating class of 2024. Welcome, and thank you for inviting me here. 28 years ago, ancient times, I was also here graduating with a Master's of Science degree. It wasn't in data science, that didn't exist yet. It was in mathematics. But I know a little bit about what it feels like. Maybe you're having some emotions right now. I certainly did. I remember feeling happy and nervous, anxious actually. I felt a bit afraid about the future. I felt exhausted. Does that ring a bell? Most of all, it felt like an ending. And my perception was wrong, actually. It's not an ending, it's a beginning. We call it commencement for a reason. Today I want to talk to you about perception and motivation and the two characteristics that are most important for data scientists, which are curiosity and skepticism. Perception and motivation are the keys to understanding others and ourselves. Perception is the way that we interpret and make sense of the world around us. Through sensory inputs, but also our cognitive processes that organize, interpret, and give meaning to the flood of information coming our way. Our perceptions are influenced by past experience, cultural background, beliefs, and emotions. Motivation, on the other hand, is the way that we energize, the way that we direct and sustain our behavior toward achieving certain objectives or fulfilling specific goals. Motivation can be driven by basic and social needs, but also personal aspirations of achievement and accomplishment. For each person that you encounter, Adrian mentioned how important the network is. For each person you come across, I want you to ask yourself, what is their perception and motivation? What is it that drives them? And what are the forces behind their perception and motivation? The French scientist, mathematician, and philosopher René Descartes wrote extensively about perception and motivation in his dualistic framework of mind and body. Descartes is well known for the Cartesian coordinate system that we all use all the time. And he's also very famous for his well-known phrase, cogito ergo sum, I think, therefore I am. Less well known is the fact that he preceded that with another saying, dubito ergo sum, I doubt, therefore I am. Doubt, skepticism, is the cornerstone of the intellectual journey ahead of you. Doubt every assertion people make. Where is the evidence? Question every result you achieve. How could this be wrong? My former Google teammates used to tease me because I so often would say, well, maybe. I hope that you will be recognized for your skepticism among your peers. Skepticism drives us, motivates us to question the validity of our findings, to defy the status quo, and to seek deeper truths hidden within the vast expanse of data. Skepticism is the path to clear, correct perception. But skepticism alone is not enough. It must be coupled with boundless curiosity. The innate thirst for knowledge that propels us forward. Curiosity ignites the spark of discovery within us. Curiosity marvels at the wonder of the unknown and at the surprise of unexpected results. Data scientist John Rouser once asked me if I had any examples of some valuable business insights that I'd found through some sort of surprise that came up during my analysis. Many pages later, I had finally listed every surprise that had happened so far that year and every valuable insight I had derived from it. Chase those down, right? Don't turn a blind eye to the surprises. You will find vast information there. And he used one of those examples that I gave him in his presentation. It's on YouTube if you're curious. It's Look at Your Data from the 2011 Velocity Conference. Curiosity motivates us to dig deeper, to explore the unexpected and uncharted territories of data. Curiosity enables us to find the stories waiting to be told behind every data point. As data scientists, we have the power to shape narratives, to influence outcomes, and to drive change. With this power comes great responsibility to wield our skills with integrity, empathy, compassion, and always curiosity and skepticism. I doubt, therefore I am. Doubt and wonder, skepticism and curiosity are key attributes of every successful data scientist and catalysts for innovation. By embracing skepticism and curiosity, we affirm our existence as thinking beings. As you navigate the complexities of the data-driven world, remember that perception is not only about perspective, it's also about understanding. It's about recognizing the biases that shape our perceptions, the limitations of our models and techniques, and having the courage to question assumptions. Strive for clear perception, for truth. The world awaits your brilliant ideas and unlimited potential. As you embark on this new chapter in your lives, I hope you will keep perception and motivation, skepticism and curiosity at the front of your minds. Congratulations, class of 2024. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michael. We are now going to continue with our second distinguished speaker, Melissa Winstanley. Melissa is our instructor in Data 5-on-5, software design for data science. Melissa graduated from the University of Washington with a master's degree in computer science before going on to work as software engineer at Facebook, then Convoy, and now at Snowflake. She focuses on platforms and backend systems. She is passionate about supporting interns and students in their real-world adventures, teaching them practical skills that they will need in order to succeed in the world of industry. Melissa, thank you so much for being with us today.
Good evening, everyone. For those who don't know me, I teach the software design class for the program. Professionally, I'm a software engineer, but I do especially love teaching students and new hires how to be effective in the real world. When the computer science department asked me to teach this class 2 years ago, I was so excited to meet this cohort of students and share my passion for software with you guys. When you began the MSDS program, we all had no idea how the world of data and machine learning would be transformed. Then OpenAI released ChatGPT in November of 2022. Nearly overnight, the conversation changed. How might this new technology affect our society, our jobs? Nobody is sure to be immune from its impact, and that uncertainty has piled onto your already full plate, on top of COVID, inflation, and all the other craziness of the world. Yet I've also seen you in action, and tonight I want to share with you what I saw and why I think that you're ready to succeed in this field, regardless of the roadblocks that fate throws your way. Side note, I'm sorry, but as your software design instructor, I couldn't stop myself from throwing in a few Python references. See if you can find them. I've seen you try. This is a data science program, so let's not delude ourselves that you applied in order to learn how to write unit tests, or design highly scalable software systems, or build continuous integration. It may seem on the surface that the curriculum I was so excited to teach you is of questionable relevance to a data scientist, but you tried anyway. You tried to learn unfamiliar software concepts. You tried to ask good questions with appropriate context and a clear question statement. You tried to learn new concepts by traversing a complex web of documentation, code, forums, and search engines. When you failed at your homework, you tried again. You tried to build a whole, complete, working software package, and you know what? You succeeded. By trying something new, you made yourselves stronger. I've seen you assert. In your project proposals and selections, you asserted your own personalities and passions. You defended your choices and demonstrated your achievements. You spoke up when you had questions and advocated for yourselves. Data science applies to a nearly infinite variety of industries, and from what I've seen, I know that you will assert your interests and find the right fit for you to contribute to the planet, be it in the field of healthcare, health, ecology, finance, entertainment, travel, or even nothing. I've seen you continue. Sometimes you were incredibly baffled by a bug, or you were unsure of the next task to tackle. Sometimes the idea that you thought you were chasing turned out to be impossible or far beyond your current abilities. In each of these cases, though, you continued to strive and improve. You weren't fazed when pundits declared that software and data jobs were on the verge of obsolescence, and you continue to adapt to the changing environment we find ourselves in. I've seen you raise. You raised your hands in class when I confused you or made a mistake. You raised each other up through your collaboration. You're helping to raise the next cohort of students through your TA activities. And you've definitely raised the bar on your own performance. I attended your capstone presentations on Tuesday and was tremendously impressed with how far you've come. You're not simply building data applications. You're raising up COVID patients, ransomware victims, zoo animals, data consumers, and new technologies, all with the skills that you've internalized over the course of your degree. I've seen you return. Some of you returned as my TAs. Some of you returned to ask me questions about your internship and career. Some of you returned for Valentine's Day cookies. Some of you returned to give me feedback about the program. You returned, and you both gave and received support from this incredibly special community. Community is essential to everyone, and by returning, you strengthen its net in your own future success. Finally, I've seen you pass. Of course, you passed your classes, but beyond that, you've passed through late nights. You've passed through frustration and confusion. You've passed through homework and presentations and regrades and projects. You started passing through to a crazy world, experiencing more rapid change than ever before, and you're here on the other side. You've passed all the trials that we've thrown your way, and I know that you're ready. Congratulations, graduates. You've passed go. Now go collect $200.
Thank you so much, Melissa. All right, so I guess this is the moment you have been waiting for in many ways. So this time for two students, two alumni now, who represent you, our cohort, to say a few words. So Ananya Bajaj and Aditi Karkwal are your two representatives. So a few words about each of them. Ananya has a background in information technology and a 2-year work experience in the aviation industry. During the MSDS program, she bagged the coveted Nike internship and worked as a graduate data scientist in the summer. Along with the coursework, she worked as a research assistant in the Natural Language Processing Lab at Paul G. Allen School of Computer Science and Engineering. She recently wrapped up her final master capstone project with Meta and is set to begin her role as an AI and machine learning intern at NASA. Aditi has a background in information technology with 2 years of experience as an analyst under her belt. She will be joining Micron Technology, where she interned during the summer. She also worked at the intersection of robotics and computer vision at the Raven Research Lab, further enriching her expertise in the field. For her capstone project, she worked with AWS and is looking forward to leveraging her diverse experiences as she transitions into her full-time job. So, Anya and Aditi, it's your turn. Welcome.
I had a dream. Not that dream, but a dream that this year we'd be standing here delivering the graduation day speech. All this while, we were super excited to be here representing our cohort. But now, standing here, looking at Dr. Dobra and Dr. Hazen staring at us, we're just uncomfortable. Good evening, fellow graduates, friends, family, and those who don't identify as either. I'm Ananya.
And I'm Aditi, and I want to congratulate all of us for successfully completing this graduate program and reaching this momentous day. A huge round of applause for the batch of 2024.
It has been a roller coaster of a ride. Some of us got married. Congratulations, Prerit, Evan, and Danish. And some of us are still healing. Oh, sorry. and some of us are still healing from the Data 512 course.
I honestly still dream about those wildfires in Caldwell. Thank you, Professor McDonald. Our program has brought together a diverse group of data enthusiasts. with students from over 20 different majors and 50% of our class comprising of women, we got a chance to work with students from all over the world, namely India.
And that's about it.
Our program ranks amongst the world's elite data science programs, distinguished by its exceptional faculty and a whopping acceptance rate of 6%, offering a unique blend of interdisciplinary curriculum, real-world projects, and direct industry engagement.
And no, we aren't quoting the UW MSDS website. This program has been an incredible journey, offering us a wealth of opportunities. We've secured internships and job offers from influential companies and collaborated with esteemed UW CSC labs, such as Riven, Noah's Ark, and Allen Institute for AI. Moreover, we've had the privilege to attend conferences, including the Grace Hopper Celebration, Richard Tapia, and Society for Women Engineers.
We also got a chance to meet our AI role models like Jan LeCun, Ali Faradi, Fei Fei Li, Danielle Averton, and many more. And I must confess, I developed quite the crush on my deep learning professor.
As international students, the program and university were invaluable in aiding our transition to a new country and fostering a community of like-minded individuals.
Speaking of like-minded individuals, remember the first statistics assignment? Well, guess who was the only other person in class who hadn't submitted it?
Me. Guilty as charged. Much to our embarrassment and Dr. Dobra's seemingly convoluted assignment submission process,
which, by the way, wasn't really that complicated, we became the best of friends.
While we were struggling to get through the first week of our classes, the job hunt panic started to kick in.
Some of our classmates had already bagged amazing internship offers. Some were in the process of interviewing with them, and we hadn't even started applying.
Fast forward to 2 years, we're still applying.
I've spent countless hours in queues at career fairs, hoping to land interviews with my dream companies.
Do you remember this time I spent an hour talking up that recruiter from Meta? Guess what? She got laid off.
It was clear that finding a job wasn't going to be easy, and cracking the data science interview was going to be very challenging.
Don't even get me started. We are expected to code like a software engineer, research like a scientist, learn statistics like a statistician, solve problems like a product manager, but it doesn't end there.
Well, like a storyteller, we have to weave a narrative around our data, turning complex insights into compelling stories.
Which means we also have to be great communicators.
We as computer geeks are not known for our communication skills. But after presenting 1 quarter's research work into 20 seconds of Pecha Kucha presentation for Dr. McDonald's class, I think we are all good to go.
Well, he was diligently teaching us the ethical nuances of data. Some of us were unethically completing our reading reflections from ChatGPT. Just kidding.
I must also applaud Professor McDonald for achieving maximum attendance in his classes by strategically placing each in-class activity at a different hour in each class. As far as attendance goes, Professor Armin Taib was not behind.
Today, if I know the derivations of complex statistical machine learning models, it's all because of him. Oh wait, I meant his Pagliacci pizza.
One of the most impactful classes for me personally was Professor Wilson's class, where as part of a project, I worked on an algorithm to predict the most dangerous intersections in Washington state. Now that's a potentially life-saving use of data, which also reminds me of some of the best advice I've ever received. And I think it's highly relevant for everyone here today. Look both ways before you cross the street.
And yes, that is great advice, especially if you want to avoid being hit by a self-driving Tesla. But to us, it means so much more than that. It means we have a responsibility to look at a problem from all sides. And in a diverse world, one in which we bring different backgrounds and beliefs to a common conversation, we have the responsibility to look at a person from all sides.
Sitting in class, when I would look to my left, I would see an economics major. I would look to my right, and I'd see a product lawyer. This is where I realized how they viewed the same problem in different ways, through different eyes and different experiences.
A friend once told me, "You're a specialized generalist." And that comment kept me up all night, contemplating what it meant to be a generalist pursuing a degree meant to specialize. And yes, it really did keep me up all night, I'm a nerd. As data scientists, we understand data, we understand people, but more importantly, we understand how to bring them together to create data-driven impact.
This realization became one of my most profound takeaways from the program, illuminating the essence of what makes each data scientist truly unique. We are jack of all trades, but master of one.
Last but not the least, let's not forget the unsung heroes of our journey, our new pal ChatGPT, the coffee machines that never failed us, the Stack Overflow post that saved our sanity, Patrick's free dinners, and the Hare Ram Hare Krishna food truck.
The infamous food truck, which, by the way, Steve Jobs also mentioned in his commencement address.
From conquering challenging assignments to overcoming obstacles, we've shown resilience and determination all along the way. Each one of us has contributed to the success of our cohort, and for that, I am truly proud.
And let's not forget the friendships we have made along the way. In shared moments of joy and struggle, we found in each other not just friends, but pillars of strength.
Now is the time for my paid applauders to get me my money's worth. Congratulations, everyone, and have a good evening.
Okay, thank you so much, Aditi and Ananya. All right, so now it is time for the graduation process, right? So I think Jason, everybody needs to be on this side, right? So you know that, right? Yeah. So stay on this side, and then you'll walk across, and I'll be standing here, and then we'll take pictures and, well, enjoy our happy moment.
I guess don't stick your legs out. That's all. All right. I'm just reading names, and then you can come up and receive your diploma. Chandler Alt. Ananya Bajaj. Amaya Bamara. Matthew Carlton Blake. Sayani Baral. Zachary William Bowyer. Soham Kishore Batala.
Mark Sishakan. Prarit Chowdhury. Emily Creedon. Debbie Davis. Anish Dixit. Dikshita Doli. Ritesh Gera. Sagnik Gosal. Marie Herger. Nizan Howard. Wanwei Huang. James Joko. Yamina Kataria. Aditi Kirkwall. Tijul Kote. Carolina Mack. Harshita Madi. Shweta Majunath. Yashwanth Man. Vaibhav Marota. John Michael. Akshit Maglani. Peter Mohammadi. Aviva Munshi. Hima Varshita Mupala. Mohammed Danish Nadim. Ananya Nair. Samia Nayuni. Logan O'Brien. Aditya Parthasarathi. Zach Price. Mark Cow. Harshit Rai. Rithvik Ravaprakash. Francis Scott Weiss. Neil Shah. Arjun Sharma. Rhea Sharma. Mitali Shashidar. Aditi Shrivastava. Muthavir Somanathan. Ramiro Steinman Petrasso. Rahman SV. Timothy Tan. Kevin Tarico. Aditya Vasad. Ishank Vasania. Manjari Vishwakarma. Rashmika Reddy Vukanti. Jenny Wong. Tanushri Yandra. Yang Yang Yao. Evan Yip. And Mejabin Zamir. Not here. Congratulations, everybody. I have the pretty happy job of giving you guys your final speech and sending you on your way. As many of you know, I was pretty nervous about this on Tuesday. I couldn't quite figure out what I was going to say, but hopefully it'll be short and sweet. I wanted to thank our speakers today. I feel really lucky that I get to share stage with them. I have a lot of respect and admiration for them. I also feel really lucky that I get to speak to you because I have a lot of respect and admiration for each of you as well. In the fall of 2017, I started teaching for the MSDS program. It was exciting to be a part of this new program with its ideals of inclusive and interdisciplinary studies. I did and do believe in the power of data science to make the world a better place. My ideal vision included creating a community of data scientists who would learn from each other, support each other, and work together to do great things. I won't claim that every day it feels like we're close to that ideal. Data science and community provide plenty of frustration and failures. In fact, this is so common that most of my capstone teams heard some version of being told, figure out how, if this fails, you're still going to provide value to your sponsor. At the very least, document how it failed so they know what not to do next time. This actually worked. I got a compliment from one of our sponsors about how well the team documented the things not to do next time, so thanks, guys. Makes me look good. This is what we usually do in life. We do the best with what we have in front of us. But some days, we do feel like we're part of something special. This past Tuesday, in fact, was one of those days for me. At various parts of the day, mostly while I was procrastinating writing this, I had the joy of learning from our cohort. It is usually easy because you are all incredible human beings with a lot to offer, but on Tuesday it was also really fun. I learned something about how the mass transit systems in Seattle, New York, and Mumbai compare. New York has a daily ridership of 3.2 million, but Mumbai has a daily ridership of 7.5 million people on its mass transit system. Seattle, 85K. I was coached about how to pronounce different names like Akshit, Harshit, and Dikshit. I thought about the different hills in Pittsburgh and Seattle and how they affect our accessibility to different places. I learned how long a flight from Miami to Seattle is, about 6.5 hours. All of this was easy because I was surrounded by diverse and vibrant people. I was also thrilled to see people supporting each other. When I announced the ribbon-winning projects, I heard cheering, but not only from the winners, you celebrated each other. One of our alumni proposed a potential new pipeline for employment, and a second coached our graduation speakers. And while I can't find him, I believe he's also silently celebrating them in the room right now. A few more came to observe and participate and give feedback. Multiple projects picked up where last year's projects left off. This continuity will make us all stronger. You're part now of a bigger data science community. Of course, the work was on display. I had invited a few industry partners to come learn what our program was all about and was rewarded when they were so impressed by your posters that they now hope to participate in future years. Again, thank you. Makes my job easier. I heard compliments on your diligence with data and your skill with presentation, and I noticed that most of those presentations had improved dramatically from the week before. As for doing a great thing, there are so many to choose from, but mine for this week was that final photo in the lounge area of our new space. We have always hoped that MSDS is a metaphorical home for our students, but this year with Deb, Jason, Patrick, Leah, Carla, and myself, we spent many hours trying to make sure we also had a physical home for our students, and that photo made me feel like we're on our way. We've come pretty far since 2017. So I'll let you go, but first I'll give you my charge. Remember that we're stronger as a community. Every graduate here today is uniquely impressive. Your contributions matter. Keep learning, keep supporting others, keep working, and go do all the great things. Thank you.
All right, so, well, thank you, Megan. So yeah, let's keep the introduction from Megan because you all know her, so she doesn't need any more introduction. So with that being said, I think our ceremony is done. You are now, well, ready to move on, right? But please never forget that we are here for you. So keep in touch. We welcome you whenever you want to come back, and maybe next year you will be back and you'll say, oh my God, where this year went by. So we'll be here for you if you always want to see us. So thank you for being here. You've been amazing, and I'm pretty sure you'll continue to be amazing wherever you choose to go. Congratulations.